We hang out some.
Yeah.
Well,
How much of that am I supposed to let them
you
know?
went and fish and hunt with me before. I mean, we do some of that stuff. Just because you've now grown up a little bit and you're starting to notice girls a little more, you don't hang out with them as much more. I sort of noticed that. You don't come down and hang out with me no more. Why is that?
I don't know.
And talk about racing mostly, or what he did last week, or what he's going to do this week, or he asks questions about the next racetrack, or if he's never been there, I don't know why I tell him anything. He usually goes to the place, sit on the pole, and wins the race. So
There were times where it got on your nerves, or going to, when you were going to school and a guy come to school and said, your dad drives race cars and that's pretty cool, or then the next guy hated it or was jealous, or, and you had to deal with all kinds of
peer
different
pressure and
reactions
stuff.
and, yeah, things like that. So it was quite different. I mean, it was quite something I had to get used to. It took a while too.
Yeah, people come up to me now and say, "Hey, you're Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s dad." Yeah, pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about the response he's gotten, and of course, proud of him. I've always been proud of him and Kelly and Kerry and Taylor, everybody, all the kids. But he's done well. Got into a different situation and handled the pressure, I think, very well, and adjusts pretty well as he goes. Listens okay, still a little hard-headed. Of course, when you run good and win a race, you sort of start knowing too much. I've had the same problem. Well, that's part of when we put him in the car. I was concerned whether he could handle the pressure and the pressure on the track too. That just the competitiveness of Busch Grand National and racing against Randy LaJoy that's won championships and stuff. But he's jumped right in there and handled it pretty well. And we've tried to get him his money invested right and start him off in the right way. He's got a little more to invest right now than we had last year. The 350 a week was pretty good, but I think the 400 a week's doing better. So he's got a little more money to worry about, but he's doing the right things with it. He's he's paying attention to what he's got and how he's doing it, and then if he does that at a young age, when he gets to be as old as I am, maybe he'll have a little more than what we have here.
There are a lot of things have come my way this year. A lot of things are happening, coming at me. There's a lot more to invest, a lot more to be invested down the road, a lot more to be thought about, and I just got to prepare myself for that and think about, the big picture, not just winning races and winning championships off the racetrack. My relationship with my father, as a father and son, and as boss and worker or race car driver, and years down the road, how is that going to work and how is that going to click along, and you got to think about things like that too.
All I hope is you do well enough to, when I retire from driving in several years down the road, that I can be a nice, comfortable car owner with a winning driver.
Yeah, that's all I want.
And then me and my son can take off and go fishing and enjoy ourselves more. Well, when I was his age, I probably was a lot better than he is now. I'm not saying I'm better than he is now. It's just I'm getting, just a little older.
I think it's the other way around. I think I'm a little bit better than he was at 23 years old, but he's better than me
I
now.
don't know. I'd hate to see you on dirt with me, buddy.
I ain't never said no dirt now. I never had no dirt.
That's where I started.
You give me about a year or two on dirt.
A year?
Yeah.
Well, I started on dirt. I mean, the day I started, I was good.
Oh, yeah, the day you started.
Yeah.
I had to see some.
I finished.
I need some evidence.
I finished.
I finished. He does. I mean, he's done a good job of letting Tony and kind of he could step in there and he could probably have seen seen situations develop before we have, such as the Texas race where he saw an opening or opportunity before we did. And I'm sure every lap, every pass, everything we do, in the pits on the racetrack, I'm sure he's sitting there going, this is what they should do, or this is the next thing that's going to happen, or because he's seen it, he's been there, and but he's done a good job of letting us go on and do it. And if we make a mistake, or
you learn from your mistakes.
Yeah, because you can teach it all you want, but until you let the fella go on out there and do it and find out for himself, it's really not going to be learned.
I remember my dad telling me the do's and don'ts of life, and you never believe what your dad says, and it's always came true. So I sort of let him learn it on his own and help him when they need help, him and Kelly and Carrie, everybody. But it's better I got a good race team down there. We're all proud of the whole group, and they run the program. And if I can let them, if I have to get down there and run it, then I need to quit driving my race car and go down there and run that program. But I got good people like Tony and Tony Jr. and Ty Norris and Don Hawk and all the people running it. And hopefully we can keep the driver going in the right direction and everything will work well. But they're doing a great job with it, and I don't need to step in and mess it up.